and then we can upload it to everybody else. But I thought maybe we'd go around, even if it's just Sarah, Scott, and me, go around to kind of introduce ourselves and say where we teach, how long we've been teaching, and maybe if you could change one thing with a magic wand at this moment, what you would change. So I'll start. I teach 8th grade English. I've been teaching for 17 years. I absolutely love it. I love it every single day, but I have to admit, sometimes every single day I hate it just a little bit too. And if I could change anything with my magic wand, I would fix my 2nd period class to never, ever, ever, ever do a run-on sentence again. Ever.
Sarah, you're surrounded by 2 English teachers now. So.
Okay, I teach kindergarten. I teach them English.
Oh, you're so cute in kindergarten.
So I'll go, I guess. I'm Sarah. I teach kindergarten. I'm sorry, what were the questions?
How long have you been teaching?
This is my 3rd year teaching.
Nice. And if you had a magic wand that you could change one thing right this moment about your classroom, what would it be?
About my classroom?
Mm-hmm.
I would have them stop interrupting while I'm trying to talk. That's what we're working on right now.
That's awesome. They don't lose that habit by 8th grade either, so.
Well, I'm hoping to train my kids so that by the time they get to 8th grade, at least this class won't be as bad.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
And Sarah, you're in Plymouth, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, Kim, I don't know how familiar you would be if you looked at a map of Wisconsin, but kind of just north of Chicago is Milwaukee, like an hour.
Okay.
Then right along Lake Michigan, if you drive like another hour north, that's more or less Sheboygan, which is kind of our jump off point. And Plymouth is just 10 miles.
About 20 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're kind of on the western side of central Wisconsin.
Well, I grew up in New Zealand, and they tell me that part of the country looks a lot like New Zealand because the desert out here does not.
What part of New Zealand are you from?
Temple View.
Is that North or South Island?
Pardon?
Is that North or South Island?
North Island.
Okay.
Yeah. Fun place to grow up. Grew up in Tonga too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good for you. Yeah. Lots of cows. So, I mean, that part probably looks similar.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of cows. Yeah. But you had a little more, maybe there's some rolling hills here too. Maybe not right where we are, but yeah. Yeah.
Great.
There are a lot of similarities.
So what would you change about your classroom, Scott, if you had a magic wand today?
Oh, that's a great question. Technology. By the time the students I work with come in the door, they're deeply entrenched in both the good and bad parts of the cell phone usage and things. So if I could teach them that it's not the end all be all, or have them put it away a little with more success, that would be great.
Oh, that's heartfelt. Very, very good. Well, this is going to end up being a really quick meeting, but I'm really excited to meet you, Sarah. This is going to be a lot of fun. I thought I'd share my screen, so hold on. I've been practicing all of this. And I wanted to show you our site on Ed Communities. I'm not sure if you've had a chance to get there yet. Have you?
No.
Can you see the screen?
Yes.
Okay, great. This is what it looks like. I named it by myself, and I'm known for naming things crazy names if I get a chance. So I put it Tough Teachers Talking, like Dead Man Walking kind of a thing. But we can change that if you want. This is where I'm going to post a lot of links. We'll put our playlist here. Greta is our curriculum curator, and she's fabulous. I've already sent her a whole bunch of stuff. So that's kind of what we're looking at there. And the next thing that we need to be doing is kind of building our playlist. So you get to be the star of the show. Yeah. So we're looking at lesson planning and curriculum and delivery as the focus for this little bit. What would you like? how would you like to direct this?
It's a big question.
Yeah, it really is. And we get a chance to kind of talk through this. So you don't need to feel like on the spot. And Scott, you're welcome to chime in also.
Mm-hmm.
But do you want to look at, in fact, maybe I should narrow it down just a little bit. Are you wanting to look at methodology and delivery, lesson planning? Do you want to look at classroom management? What kind of skills would best support your practice right now so that we can put this playlist together for you?
I guess one of the things that I'm really trying to focus on right now is lesson planning based on student assessment. So really taking a look at where they are and how I can better adapt my lessons to meet their needs.
Okay, great. So basically data-driven instruction?
Yeah.
So, and then tell me, gosh, because this is a whole new world for me in kindergarten, how much differentiation is there?
Well, right now we have readers spanning across like 5 different reading levels.
Wow, so it doesn't change.
Yeah, it some grow quickly and some don't grow very quickly at all, and some are still learning their letters. So,
I was hoping that maybe closer to the starting point that I'll start together a little bit because it's the same in my classroom. Scott, do you have a span like that with your reading level?
Oh yeah, yeah. Unfortunately.
Okay. All right, so differentiation, data-driven instruction. Anything else? Scott, as you talk to the group, is there anything else that you'd like Greta to kind of look at and pull?
You know, not off the top of my head at this point. We, you know, are all in it together, and yet it's, you know, we're on kind of the opposite ends of the spectrum when it comes to, she's forming them. I'm messing them up. So I think I'll just defer at this point.
Okay, cool. Sarah, do you remember anything else that people talked about, or is there anything else I can add to this list?
Well, I know that another piece that we were talking about was communication with family and communities. That kind of separates a little bit from lesson planning, but that was one of the major focuses we had that was brought up. How do you contact and keep in touch with parents to keep them posted not only about what's going on in the classroom, but student progress in the classroom?
Yeah. This is great. We have some really good ideas. I've already got some stuff to Greta vetting with a couple of, and you'll love this, Scott, because this is technology, some technology apps. Have you heard of Remind?
I have, but I haven't used it.
Oh my gosh, it's fabulous. Yeah, we'll get you going on that. That's really easy to use. Communication with parents and support structure.
And Sarah, I'm going to interject real quick too. I don't know if we ever, you know, made this clear. We've kind of divided the group up a little. So at this point, when we come together for these things that Kim's leading us through, it's really going to be you and Jennifer, hopefully Tiffany, and who wasn't at our meeting, and then a nice woman by the name of Maggie as well. And
so
then
it's that first half. So that communication is that second group.
Correct. At this point. Yeah.
Gotcha.
And so we can certainly have the same conversations, but I just, if you're wondering, like, where did the other people go? They're off kind of doing a different version of what we're doing tonight.
Yeah, no problem.
And we actually had both of them participate. We had Jennifer and Tiffany both participate already. I had this little writing prompt, and I don't know if you guys want to look at it. If you could write a note to your younger self, what would you say in only 2 words? Mine were mellow out. I was a little uptight as a youth. Jennifer put enjoy it, and Tiffany put laugh often, which is good. So Sarah, what would you write to yourself? 2 words on.
Something about take chances. I always played it safe. I mean, even through college, it was very, I'm going to do what I know I can do, and that's about the extent of my comfort zone.
That's awesome. That's good advice for the teaching profession too. Just don't take it to the extreme. Now, what would you do? What would you say to your younger self?
I'd probably say something like care a little bit less.
Mellow out.
Yeah, mellow out. It seems like, you know, in the moment, these things are really big and hefty things, and then you 6 months later, nobody cares.
Oh, I know. The only thing, Sarah, that I got to tell you that is consistent, because Scott's right, you're going to see program after program come and go. Pretty soon, that's the only thing that's consistent, is that they're coming and going. The thing that does stay are your colleagues, and boy, get involving with the union and the association is a great way to go. And you'll see, we're trying to model that for you. Modeling's the strongest teaching method. So I'm going to post this list. This is going to be, like I said, a pretty quick meeting because we don't have that many. But I'm also going to post this list on our Ed Community pages. And Sarah, I've sent you an invite. Have you ever been there before?
Yes, I was there last night.
Oh, excellent. Okay, post your 2-word prompt. And Scott, that'd be great if you would too.
Will do.
And then I'll get our playlist, and we can start collaborating on that. Scott, I'm going to reach out to you after I touch base with Greta and get some of our playlist going. And then we will touch base again. Sarah, do you have any questions?
I don't think so.
All right. Great. How about you, Scott?
No, I guess just Sarah, do you feel like we're off and running and hopefully, headed in the right direction?
I think so. I mean, this Zoom thing worked out, and now we've met, and so I think it'll be good.
And you
Awesome.
can shoot me an email. You can post anything on Ed Communities. If you are teaching and then something happens and it's like, oh crap, I got to talk through that. No problem. Put it on up, and we're all here to support you and support each other.
Awesome. Sounds good.
All right. Thanks, you guys. I'm going to
Oh, I'm sorry, Kim, I do have one more question.
go right ahead.
So do we need to, is there any sort of a protocol for like when we meet next, or will we just kind of feel it out with email, or?
There will be a protocol with our coaches meeting. They've set up another survey that they'd like us to base stuff on, which is great because then we'll have all of the data. Like you said, Sarah, data-driven instruction. We'll have all of the data. We can kind of go over that together as a group. We may even have some little conversations. Sometimes it's easier for me, and I don't know how it is with you, Sarah. I'm just so crazy busy. It's easier for me to be able to respond to the conversation in my own time. So maybe real-time conversations won't be as effective, but piecemealing it on Ed Communities might be a good way to go.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll get our protocols in order. And Scott, I think you're talking about our regular meetings.
Yep, just wanted to make sure if I too am busy, so the better I can plug that calendar, the sooner the better.
I agree. Well, I think our meetings are supposed to be weekly, right?
Ish, yeah.
Yeah. So we can either set a time and a day that's a really good time, or we can kind of schedule it each time. I'm fine doing a doodle poll each week if necessary.
I think why don't we start with that, and then we can kind of grow into it, and hopefully we have a few more people, latching on now.
We'll post this one fun gem of a, 15-minute meeting, and maybe we'll pull some more people in. We'll promise them some good jokes next time.
Perfect.
Nice to meet you, Sarah. Nice to meet you, Scott. And I'll send out an email and post this on our Ed Communities.
Awesome. Thanks so much. You two have a great night.
All right.
You
Bye-bye.
Bye.